Morning, good morning. Welcome to a brand new day. This is Monday, December 11th, 2023. Whether you're watching this live, glad you're here. Whether you're watching this on demand afterwards, no problem. Just scroll a little bit ahead to get to the juicy stuff. 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes is all we ask you. 10 best tips to live your best life. Dr. Jeannie Snyder is first up today on IG. Let's get ready to start the rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. 30 minutes is all we ask. Let's get this show started right now. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ramon Ray. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. We got a lot in store for you today. All I ask is 30 minutes of your time, 10 tips to help you start your business or grow, to help you live your best life or start your business. My name is Ramon Ray and Dr. Jeannie Snyder. Glad you're here in the house. Yes, Haas is here. Race Flow is here, and more and more and more. It's amazing how time goes by. Some big announcements coming up next week. I've already announced to you all, let you know, zoneofgeniusexperts.com, still in beta, but we are live, got the backing and support of some cool people. That's number 2. Guess what? I'm just going to tell you the Rundown with Ramon. This very show looks like it'll be live streamed in the coming days on a popular network that you all know, this household media company brand name. I'm excited for that so we can make a bigger impact. Tammy's here. Good to have you here. Hard to always read the IG names. I want to say Tammy Racaniello is here. Good to have you here, Tammy. I hope you're well. It's been a while since I've seen you. But again, let's get started. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We offer you, give you, share with you 10 tips to help you live your best life or grow your business. But right at the top, what do we talk about all the time? And again, if you're watching this on Instagram, glad you are here. If you want to see some of the other things that we do, video and slides and things, you can check us out on YouTube. YouTube is Zone of Genius, yes. Or you can check us out on LinkedIn, or you can check us out on Facebook if you like. Number 1, we always talk about, be absolutely clear on what you really want. If you're not clear on what you want in life, if you're not clear on what you want, the things you're doing, how can you expect other people to be clear with you or for you? Number 1. Number 2, definitely understand, ask yourself, do you even want to be in business? Say it's K. Do you want to be in business? Belford Williams Jr. Do you want to be in business? Tammy, do you want to be in business? It's not easy. It is tough to be in business, but understand why you're doing it so you can know what the rewards that you can get, and is it worth it? Again, everybody, this is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. Good morning. I see that happy Monday from Facebook user Karen's in the house. Good morning, Karen. On Facebook. And wow, this is nice. Susan Gachko is here. Love the opening music. Really gets one in the zone. Thank you, Suzanne. Glad you're here on LinkedIn. So ask yourself, do you want to be in business? ALC Productions, glad you came back again. There's no music or soundtrack. This is not Shark Tank. This is real life. This is business. There's no commercial break saying, oh, we'll pause, Dr. Jeannie, while you get this together. What's up, my brother Gladson? Good to have you here. We'll pause. We'll wait. No, this is life. This is business. business. There's no music, there's no soundtrack. This is not Shark Tank. The thing we talk about, ask yourself, are you hungry enough? Are you hungry enough? I am Christina Turner is here. Are you hungry enough? Ask yourself this very important question, because if you're not hungry enough to get where you want to get, it's not going to push you enough. You're not going to have the strength enough to get where you want to be. The fundamentals of business never change. The fundamentals don't change. Do you have the mindset for business? Do you understand who you're serving and what problem you're solving for those people? Do you have a marketing and sales plan in place? What about the aspect of follow-up? Do you have the systems and processes? As I build zoneofgeniusexperts.com, I am building this better than anything I built in the past, right? I'm starting from the ground up to build systems and processes to scale and better serve. And so Ramon is not the linchpin. Ask yourself, do you have the right people and team in place to grow your business? And you're right. Life is so hard, say it's K, and business is too, but we must persist. Take which one you want. Work for somebody, that's a challenge. Work for yourself, that's a challenge as well. Prices, are you selling premium or are you selling cheap? Some of you are selling so cheap, you're saying, well, I want to help everybody else. I want to save the world. I want to help the Girl Scouts. I want to help the Boy Scouts. I want to help my mama. I want to help the church. You can't help other people unless you're generating wealth in your business. You can't. So stop selling cheap. Nobody that I know is Target or Kmart or Amazon or Walmart or Sam's Club. There's a whole different ball game, the type of businesses, not the smaller businesses, the true small businesses that we are, as Clayton Master Keith talks about. What's up, Lynn Telex? So glad you're here. What's up, Follow the Spirit? I absolutely follow the Spirit. Glad you're here. Last point. Ask yourself before we dive into the rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com, what do you do best? What is it that you do best that God has uniquely given to you that you do better than other people? As I look at my friend, Dr. Jeannie Snyder, she has a very unique gift of how she serves the world. As I look at my friend Gladson, he has a very unique gift and experience of how he shows up in the world. As I see William Chilton, always be moving, he has a unique gift of how he shows up in the world. God has given us all these things of how we uniquely show up in the world. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's get the show started on the road. This is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. Let's get with it. Remind you all, join me live in New York City for the Zone of Genius Conference and Awards 2024, April 18th with Seth Godin, Mike McAllowitz, and many others will be there April 18th in New York City. We're already getting the venue lined up. zoneofgenius.com/awards, zoneofgenius.com/awards. And don't forget to apply for the awards as well. zoneofgenius.com/awards. You can apply there. Let's get started with the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Let me shift my screen a bit here. Ooh, I got to shift my screen. Live production faux pas. Now we're back. And I want to remind you all, if you're liking, what's up, Sammy Digi? I'm so glad you're here. If you're liking the content here, don't forget to sign up at zoneofgenius.com. Zoneofgenius.com is where we produce and where we have content to help businesses like yours live your best life and grow your business at zoneofgenius.com. Ding, 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 ding. Number one, think differently, says Jerry Seinfeld. The formula to Jerry Seinfeld's sustained excellence, as we're showing here on YouTube, Zone of Genius, yes, Zone of Genius, yes, LinkedIn and Facebook, the secret formula to Jerry Seinfeld's success. I don't know how secret it is, but he says successful people, in whatever way you choose to define success, are successful because they do things differently than other people. We cannot do things the same as other people. We can't and expect us to do things differently if we're doing the same thing as other people. We have to be different. We can model and amplify what other people are doing, exemplify it, but we have to do us. They think and believe and operate differently than most people, says this writer, Inc., Jeff Hayden. And he talks about, to Seinfeld, success is based on work and thought and preparation. Work and thought and preparation, says Jerry Seinfeld. And the following three elements: inspiration. You have an idea. You come up with something new, something original, even just a different take on a perspective on a product or service. Inspiration. There's Upwork, there's Fiverr, there's eBay. What I've created at zoneofgeniusexperts.com, it's kind of similar-ish to that, but it's mine. And Sylvie DeGioso, I want to show you something, Queen. Our mutual friend, I'm not sure if you have time to hang out here for 1 second. I just want to show you something, Sylvie DeGioso. Check her out. Somebody who I look up to. I've carried this with me, Sylvie. I've carried this with me. I want you to know that. Carried this with me all this time. It meant something to me when you gave this to me a year or more ago. You can do it. It's touched my heart. I want you to know that. I carried it in my wallet. It meant something to me. All right, moving forward. The Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. Talking about Jerry Seinfeld. Took a little deviation because I wanted to uplift someone who I admire, who I look up to. So Jerry Seinfeld talks about the aspect of inspiration. Number 2, Jerry Seinfeld talks about execution. Execution is pretty obvious, he says. You have the idea, now you execute the idea. You can't just dream about it. You can't just inspire about it. Stars Tina's in the house. What's up, Stars Tina? You can't just dream about it. You must make it happen. And I'm talking real talk here, people. Think about what I've created here, Zone of Genius Experts. I couldn't just dream about it. I couldn't just desire to do it. I had to, at some points, launch it and make it happen. So don't just dream about it, says Jerry Seinfeld, but also execution. And number 3 is the details. The third piece of success in a creative field is detail. Now, I'll tell you straight up, detail is not my strength. I can be detailed if I need to be. I'm not some chump. You know, I've started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, and produced events around the globe, or rather, in New York City, rather. Event after event after event. So I can be detailed in some way. I'm a leader, but it's not what I enjoy doing, and it's not my genius, as Dr. Jeannie talks about. But the third thing that Jerry Seinfeld says is details are important. Listen, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. I'm so glad you're here today. Ding, 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 ding. Tip number 2. I warned everyone that generative AI was coming after Creator Sports Illustrated. Here's what I wanted to touch on. Sports Illustrated got caught, as it were, using generative AI to write some of their articles. I'm going to get a little political here. Is that wrong? I'd like your thoughts on this. Is it okay to use AI for our content? I'll just give my opinion. I think it's fine. Now, depending on what you're proclaiming, depending on how you're doing, there may or may not be some disclosure needed. But if I hire a writer to help me ghostwrite or put together an article, 10 ways to wake up better in the morning, and my writer does that, if I use AI to help me do that, is that okay? Damon John says this, very, very few things we do, if anything, are brand new. Do you think Elon Musk made up the electric engine car? No, he didn't. That's been around for ages. He just built upon previous science, and he's the one who got to execute it. He's the one who executed it. So I get it, Sports Illustrated, putting fictional bios, fictional names, and etc. There's a gray area there. Me being a publisher, me being an editor, I get it. There are pseudonyms, which people have used for years. There's no such thing, people. Let me tell you, Judy Blume was a fake name. Ha! Let me tell you that. And other authors and etc. So I don't think it's bad. There's practice for that. But I get it when the bigger brands, you're like, Becky Simpson wrote this, and realizing that the 5,000 articles that Becky Simpson wrote were all fake. You feel a bit, especially for a big brand like that. I get it, but let's move forward. Understand, generative AI is here to stay. It's only going to grow. It's only going to get more and more. Suck it up, Buttercup. What are you going to do about it? Ding, 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 ding. Number 3 on the Rundown with Ramon. Again, thank y'all for being here today. Number 3 on the Rundown with Ramon. We're here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to help you live your best life or grow your business. Say it ain't so, people. No more email from Gmail and Yahoo. This is serious. This is serious news. Good morning, donos. Welcome. Keep, formerly called Infusionsoft, but Keep and other email marketing providers are warning you and telling you right now. You've been warned here on the Rundown with Ramon. I'm telling you now. Hey, turn around and focus. Listen to me. In January, I don't know the exact date, January, February, March, sometime in 2024, you're going to be throttled or discouraged or even not allowed to have mass emails going from Gmail, Yahoo. Is anybody still using AOL and Hotmail? These kind of accounts. Thank you so much, Starstina. Greatest 30 minutes of my day. Such good info. Thank you, Starstina. So let me tell you now, those of you who said, I want to use free Gmail, I want to use free Yahoo, I'm still stuck on AOL, you need to stop that nonsense. I'm telling you right now, you can look it up yourself if you don't believe me. Gmail, Yahoo, and all these kind of other free accounts. It's great to talk to your mama, great to talk to your granddaddy, great to talk to your ex. But if you are in business, people, be in business. That's a side issue. Stop trying to send me a proposal that you want to help me with my marketing and your email says, hotbecky587@hotmail.com. It just don't work that way. Sorry, people. And again, everybody, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. If this content's important to you, if you like what you're hearing, hit the share button. Boom, 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 boom. Hit the share button and let people know what you're watching. Let people know that you're here on the Rundown with Ramon at zoneofgenius.com. Sister Girl Love 2020 join. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't knows, you know it. Don't knows, you know it. Say it's K. Thanks for being here. Say it's K. Ding, 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 ding. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 as we go through the Rundown with Ramon. 10 tips to help you live your best life or grow your business. Questions for job candidates. Questions for job candidates. You're looking to hire somebody and you want to make sure you hire the right person. What's up, Alan? What's up, Glenn Lundy? Good morning, good morning, good morning. And you want to know who to hire? There's 5 simple questions you can ask people to help to know how to hire better. So what are the 5 things you can ask? How did you find the job? And what did they hire you for? How did you find the job and what did they hire you for? Number 2, what's your biggest achievement? Woo, that's a question. What's up, Marilyn Wilkins? What's your biggest achievement? What has been the lowest point in what you've done? Now that's a question. Number 4, who was your manager and what are they going to say about you in the next reference check? Woo, that'll bring the truth out if nothing else does. Asking somebody this also, why did you leave? Why did you leave? Again, everybody, this is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. We are growing, and again, I'm excited to announce we got some big syndication deals coming up. We got a lot going on. So glad you are here, because if you weren't here, we wouldn't have a show. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My brother, somebody I look to, definitely see his show, 5:30 a.m., Rise and Grind. Definitely you want to see that show as well. Ding, 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 ding. As we're on tip number 5, how you can use the 80-20 rule to unlock success and maximize your impact. Don't that sound good? What's up, Trisha Talks? How you can use the 80-20 rule to unlock success and maximize your impact. This is important. Don't you want to unlock success and maximize your impact? How can you do it? Love you, Glenn Lundy. Appreciate you. Appreciate what you do. We are the men. We are the men, Glenn Lundy. We are the men. So how can you use the 80-20 rule to unlock success and maximize your impact? Again, 18 minutes after the hour. We got 12 minutes to go, 11 minutes to go in the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. How do you use the 80-20 rule? Here it is. Check it out. The essence of the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule posits that 80% of your results stem from 20% of your efforts. And I still think that rule is relatively true even today. 80% of a company's profits typically come from 20% of its activities. 80% of sales are often made by just 20% of the sales team. On and on and on it goes. So how can you apply the 80-20 rule to your life? How can you apply this rule to your life? And I get this from entrepreneur.com. 1, set clear objectives. My friend Adam Smith talks about this. If your objectives and your goals are muddy, well, you're going to be muddy too. What are the clear objectives? I've given you my clear objective. Let me tell you precisely where Ramon is going and what I'm looking to do right now and in 2024. 2 things. Well, 3 things. Well, maybe 8 things. Let me tell you exactly where I'm going. 1, building zoneofgenius.com, the media company zoneofgenius.com, to serve small business owners. End of story. Yes, I could give numbers. I'm sure I have to declare numbers, but this is where we are going. Zoneofgenius.com. This is where we're going to build a media company. Number two, I've just launched in beta, and I'm glad to have the backing of an amazing friend of mine who's many of you know. Zone of Genius Experts will be the leading platform to help small business owners grow their business. Zoneofgeniusexperts.com, zoneofgeniusexperts.com. We've just got out of beta. It is not perfect, but with your help, we will make it more perfect. That's number two, part of Zone of Genius Experts. And number three, Ramon is a speaker. That's it. Those are the two things I'm maniacally focused on until I'm not. Yes, you remind me so much of myself. Let's go, Stars Tina. Identify key steps. What are the key steps you need to do day in and day out to achieve your goal? What's up, Danette? Allocate time wisely. What is your time like? What are you doing with your time? And again, those of you watching this here, so glad you're here. We got the Facebook group popping hot. Glad you're here, everybody. On YouTube, Zone of Genius, yes. On LinkedIn, on Facebook, and we got our IG popping too. Let's go. Well, Glenn, that is already at the top, Glenn. I'm just waiting for the details to come through. And I won't tell you what the private page is yet because people will go there too early. Legacy titles is definitely part of that mix. That's a whole nother prioritization, Glenn. Absolutely. That is a prioritization. Streamline the 80%. And Glenn, if you got time, man, I'm going to be done with these tips here in a minute here. If you got time, Glenn, I'd love to have you join me here on IG if you have the time. Thank you, Sylvie. Appreciate that. So streamline the 80%. Don't forget the flip side of the 80-20 rule, spending less time on less productive activities. I get that's from my friend Marvin. Marvin from across the pond, Breakfast with Champions. Marvin says, Ramon, what's the strategy? What's the strategy? It annoys me. Let's go, Glenn. Thank you so much. Click that little thingamajiggy. Love to have you here, brother. How can you use the 80-20 rule to unlock success and maximize your impact? Ding, 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 ding. Going on to point number 6. This is a good one here. Reject negative self-talk, says Jason Duncan. Negative self-talk will jack you up. Negative self-talk will jack you up. That's why it's called negative and self-talk. This comes from my friend Jason Duncan. You can see him at therealjasonduncan.com, therealjasonduncan.com. Learn from him the power of negative self-talk, how much harm it can do for us. Negative self-talk. And here's what Jason Duncan says. Recognize that it's there. Recognize the negative self-talk. Recognize it. Number 2, he says, challenge it. Challenge it. What's up, Trisha? Reject all negativity. That's right. Challenge it. Unless the negativity is good for you. Reframe it. Turn negative self-talk into positive affirmations. Practice self-compassion. Again, these things are from the real Jason Duncan. My name is Ramon Ray, and this is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. That was point number 6. I just asked for 30 minutes of your time to give you 10 tips to live your best life or grow your business. Reject today negative self-talk. Reject it, reject it, reject it. That's the way to live the best life you can. Ding, 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 ding. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. We're here on the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com, doing our best to serve you. Follow our YouTube channel, Zone of Genius, yes. Zone of Genius, yes. Check me out on LinkedIn. Check it out on Facebook, the Zone of Genius, yes, Facebook channel. And, of course, here on Instagram. Glad you're here today. Join me live in New York City. Join me live at the Zone of Genius Conference and Awards, zoneofgenius.com, zoneofgenius.com/awards, zoneofgenius.com/awards. Want to see you there. Ding, 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 ding. Point number 7, as we continue on with the Rundown with Ramon. This is interesting. It could be controversial. Some of you aren't going to like this. Some of you are going to get angry. Some of you are going to start demonstrating. Some of you are going to start to try to cancel me. But I'm going to say it anyhow. Mark Schaefer, amazing marketer and friend of mine, says, ignore your customers. No, he didn't. Did he say that? Did he say ignore your customers? Yes. Mark Schaefer says sometimes you got to ignore your customers. Your customers oftentimes don't even know what they want. Do you think that Mark Zuckerberg had some panel at the beginning and said, do people want a board from colleges that they're going to post their pictures and talk to each other? No. Enough people told him over and over and over again what a dumb idea it is, what a stupid, dumb idea it is. Sometimes you have to ignore your customers, says Mark Schaefer. Yes, we build things and want to listen to our customers. We do our minimal viable product. As I've created zoneofgeniusexperts.com, zoneofgeniusexperts.com, long name. You got to type it all in. Be careful what you type. You'll see some things you don't want if you don't type it right. But it's important. He says, I recently answered a question about aligning your communication style to your target audience and provided a weird answer. Do not develop a style that fits your audience. Instead, find an audience that fits your style. Hallelujah. Somebody talk to me. And this is what I'm learning more and more and more. The best thing I can be is Ramon. Susan says that. Yes, just went through that. Thank you, Susan. Thanks for chiming in here. Y'all check out Susan Kachko, Katchko on LinkedIn. Glenn Lundy's in the house, it looks like here. Boom. Love it, love it, love it. Hope I can see Glenn Lundy. Sometimes my IG doesn't work so well. Glenn, when you're here, let me know, because sometimes I don't see the dual screen. This is exciting. I always love when my brother Glenn Lundy jumps on board, can share some insight and have some fun with me. But sometimes you got to ignore your customers. Glenn, let me know when you're there, if you can hear me. Let's see. We have a treat today. Alinar Hate says, Truth bomb. Thank you so much for that. That was from Mark Schaefer. The right people be drawn to what I have to offer them. Exactly right. I'll accept. Go live at Glenn. See if I can do it that way. All right. We got a special guest joining us in the house. Trisha Talks is in the house. Let's see. All the time. It doesn't work on IG all the time, but let's see. Sometimes it does. I'll move forward here as we get things working and rolling. So ding, 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 ding. Don't forget, point here from Mark Schaefer. Sometimes you have to ignore your customers because they're not always right. Or you may just have to ignore them to do what you want and find people who want you as you are. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Number 8, Tulsa Trucks and Brand. Here's what I want to tell you about Tesla. Interestingly enough, for good or for bad, all the controversy that Elon Musk is going through, it's ironic how sticky that Tesla brand is. Like Chick-fil-A, there's a line of people who put down money and want to buy the Tesla truck, and they don't even know all what it's about. They just want to buy it. I've been following the journey. I know Tesla. But you know what I model after? What Tesla's doing? I look at Seth Godin. He has a certain tribe of people. He builds things, puts his flag up and says, hey, I built this. Want to try it? People join. That's the kind of person I want to follow. That's what I hope to earn that in my community. That I will have a community of people, not everybody, who will say, Ramon's building it. I want to be a part of it. Noting that it may not be perfect, noting that it might fail from time to time, noting that it may not be everything. It may not. But noting that they know the Ramon Ray brand and things that are tied to me are going to serve their needs, as Elon Musk does, as Seth Godin is doing, and so many others are doing. That's the world I want to be in. No problem, Glenn. I got the little automated note there. That's the world I want to be in. As we build zoneofgenius.com and grow it maniacally, I'm hiring 2 other people probably today. As we build, just launched out of beta, zoneofgeniusexperts.com. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm telling you this much, I'm going to put my all into it. As Ramon becomes to speak about 24 times next year, and not because it's 24, but because I want to speak 2 times a month, full fee. That's all I'm doing, people. Zoneofgenius.com and things tied to that. And Ramon is a speaker. That's where I'm going. My question for you, where are you going? Thank you, Marilyn Wilkins. Where are you going? What do you want to do? Who do you want to serve? Ding, 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 ding. Number 9, the art of preparing a successful client estimate. This is cool. This is amazing. Seth Godin, from time to time, he puts these kind of longer articles together. And he talks here to us freelancers, no problem. Go, we'll try one more time, Glenn. Try the second time if you can. Let's see if it works. Sometimes, yeah, IG has its issues, or maybe it knows who you are. The Art of Estimation is what Seth Godin wrote in his blog. Really, really good insights about the art of estimation. And indeed, estimation is an art. If your estimate is clear and easy to understand by the sort of people you'd like to have as clients, if it demonstrates full understanding of the work to be done, if it highlights alternatives, if it includes examples of proven satisfaction when you've done this work for others. We'll do it that way. I love it. Go live with Glenn Lundy. Let's do it that way, Glenn. Let's see what happens. Boom, boom, boom. The IG master. Yeah, I've done all versions of it. I've done accept. I've done go live. I clicked it here. I clicked it there. I said go live. Go live 75 times. There we go. What a day it is. Awesome. Glenn Lundy. Good to see you here, brother. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, man. And you?
I feel blessed. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. I am just following in your shoes after doing 1,300 or 13,000 episodes you've done on Rise and Grind. I'm on like day 27 and I'm already tired. Like I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
You're doing great, man. It's 67 days to become easier to do than not.
Whoa, I appreciate it. Glenn, talk to us, man. First of all, who are you, and tell us who you serve. And then I have a few questions for you. I want to get your feedback on the Rundown with Ramon. I'll pop a few questions at you and see what your thoughts are. But first, introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Yeah, Glenn Lundy, man. Husband to one, father to 8, #1 speaker in America, soon to be New York Times best-selling author, trainer, consultant, and just a dude who loves God, loves the game, man. Loves God, loves the game.
I love it. Glenn, thanks for being. I'm going to roll it backwards. I just did the Rundown with Ramon, top 10 tips to live your best life or build your business. Listen, what'd you think about this aspect of Mark Schaefer? And you may know him. If you don't, you should meet him. He's somebody who you would like to know. Ignoring your customers, he says. That was the headline where he's saying sometimes you just got to be you and get people to you. Talk to us about that. Ignoring customers. How does that grab you? You like that? Don't like it? Talk to me.
Yeah, I think it's super important, not just from a marketing and branding aspect, but as a consultant, being in the consulting world. If I take all of my clients' information, like then they don't need me. Like that's not what they hired me for. They did not hire me to align with their opinion. They did not hire me to agree with what they have to say. They hired me to make them better, to help them increase, to help them grow. And so listening to the customer, it's like, hell no, man, don't tell me what you need. It's my job to tell you what you need to do. And so I'm 800% aligned with do not listen to the customer. If the customer already knew the answers, they wouldn't need you.
That is so true. And again, everybody, this is my friend, my mentor, Glenn Lundy. I, again, was not a total dunce, but years ago, personal development, I didn't really, Glenn, that's my story. And really, I thank you, Glenn. Didn't know much about it, but you have sold me on the real version of personal development. So I just want to always amplify you in that, Glenn. You've introduced me to that world. So thanks for spending some time with me and let me know when you got to run. Okay, Glenn, what'd you think about this rejecting negative self-talk? This is by my friend Jason Duncan, who's a really cool guy, has these masterminds. And again, another cool person I'm going to introduce you to, but Jason Duncan, it's a simple message. You talk about it, Glenn, but why do we accept it? Or what are your thoughts on rejecting self-talk? Why is that so important?
Yeah, so language has energy, right? Our words, our thoughts, everything's made up of energy. And energy does not dissipate, nor can it be created. It can only be converted. So a negative thought must convert into typically a negative response or negative action outside in the world. And so, Ramon, you were on the show this morning. I had an interesting situation at 4:30 this morning, and immediately my brain went to, I had a random person walk up to me in a frenzied state at 4:30 in the morning when I'm out by myself, and immediately my brain's like, hey, my boy Greg Cardone just jumped in here. What's up, GC? Let's go. Great to see you, Grant.
Oh,
But no,
wait a minute. One second. like right there?
yeah, Grant's right here. No, Grant's on your call.
Oh,
Look, Grant.
wow. Wow. Continue on. Honored.
Yeah, so Grant, this woman this morning comes up to me, 4:30 a.m. I'm in the walking in the parking lot in the studio, and this woman comes up in a frenzy. And so immediately my brain is like, I'm not going to get velociraptored on this one, right? So I'm making sure I'm not just focusing on her. You remember in Jurassic Park, Ramon, when the velociraptors up front and the other ones come from the side?
That's right.
I'm like, that ain't happening. I am not about to get velociraptored up again. But immediately it was, hey, look at this time. What's up, guys?
What's up, Grant?
What's going on, Grant?
Wow. What a day, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. What a gift. Hey, Grant.
How you doing, GC?
Ramon, I'm a big fan, Ramon.
Wow. I'm blushing several sage Ataka, Glenn Lundy. Can you see?
Hey, I'm just running off to me. I just want to say hi to you guys.
Appreciate you, Grant.
Hey,
Go ahead, Glenn.
You in Miami?
Yeah. And I didn't get your email, Glenn, that you said you sent me. I didn't see it.
Okay, I'll resend it.
Yeah.
Basically, did you see what I was asking?
No.
Basically, I was asking if you would do the forward for my new book.
Oh, yeah. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
We'll figure it out, bro. You know, I'll do anything for you, man.
I appreciate it, man. I really, really do.
What are you guys talking about?
So right now we're talking about, man, this negative self-talk.
Yep.
And this morning I had this lady approach me as I was going to do my show at 4:30 in the morning. She was in a frenzied state. She was crying. It was crazy. And so immediately my brain went into like defense mode, like thinking the worst. But then I went to my tools. I went to my tools. So it looks like he froze up. I went to my tools and I went to the tone scale. I immediately brought her down tone because she was in a frenzied state, and then came up with solutions. So just the importance of having tools to attack that negative self-thought.
Yeah, well, the best way to handle it is to erase it, get rid of it. There is a way to do that, by the way. I got rid of mine, so the only negative influence I have in my life right now is the influence of others. The biggest scam on this planet. Some guy was calling me on the internet a scammer. I'm like, bro, you don't need to worry about me scamming you. I'm never going to get anything from you. Don't know that I want any of your money because you're so negative. And the biggest scam on this planet is people thinking too little of themselves. Number two, not investing in themselves to get rid of it. And depending on other people to build them up somehow. Like I've been taken advantage of 2 times in my entire life involving other people. The rest of the 65 years, it was me fucking me over. 2 times. 2 times I've been taken advantage of in my 65 years. And both times, by the way, I ignored signs. I could have avoided both of those situations. The other 10 million times that I've scammed myself is on my bullshit because I didn't do the homework. I didn't do the research. I thought too little of myself. I followed the actions of other people that hadn't really done anything in their lives. Studied people that I didn't really research, and listened to too many people. I'll tell you one thing I did, a mistake I made. I listened to anybody when I was on the come up. Dude, right? I listened to Tony. I listened to Kiyosaki. I listened to, what was that guy's name? He was a psychologist. I was reading his stuff and he ended up finding he committed suicide. I studied this guy for like 4 years. And then a guy told me, you know how he died? Huh? I said, no, I have no idea. He's like, the guy freaking killed himself. I'm like, bro, I was studying that cat for 3 or 4 years, taking his advice on life and spirituality and relationships. And I didn't even know who I was studying. So last thing I'll tell you guys, man, you guys need to study fewer people, not more people. And you need to look for the receipts. If you get the receipts, you'll never be taken advantage of. When a guy tells you he's doing a real estate deal, show me your receipts. When he tells you he's in Bitcoin, show me your receipts. When he says he can get you followers on Facebook. Whatever they're telling you they can do, dude, show me the receipts. When you tell me you know how to cook the best damn ribs in the world, show me the ribs, bro. I want to see them ribs, baby.
That's the only way to do it, Grant.
Yeah, what happens on the internet is too many people trust too many people, and then they're like, oh, I got scammed. You're getting scammed because you think too little of yourself, and you don't get started, and you quit. Okay, I love you guys. I just want to say,
Grant Cardone, thank you for being with us on the Rundown with Ramon. Appreciate you being here, brother. Have a beautiful, blessed day, man. Thank you. All right. Hey, everybody, that was amazing, amazing, amazing. My friend Glenn Lundy just joined there. Then Glenn's friend Grant Cardone joined there. You couldn't ask for a better day. This is the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. As we get ready to continue on and end our segment, the Rundown with Ramon, every morning, 10 a.m., weekdays. Glad you're here today. We just finished talking about Tesla. We're talking about the art of preparing a client estimate. Let me see if Glenn Lundy is available again. Let's see if Glenn's available. He may have had to run. Let's see. But I think, yeah, that was amazing, amazing, amazing. So I think we're going to move on here. And again, this is the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Join me here live weekdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. I will say one more point. I encourage you all to live your best life. I encourage you all to get up when you're falling down. I encourage you all to not let voices of negativity keep you. I encourage you today to understand that there will always be people speaking into your mind, speaking into your head, but the best thing you can do is reject that talk and move forward. I encourage you today. There's a destiny and a purpose, something God has for you, some way that you need to do, somebody you need to serve. And if you're holding back and not doing your purpose, not doing your destiny in life, you're exactly right, Suzanne. You're exactly right. This is a big day. If you're not doing your destiny in life, you are cheating somebody else. You are not serving the purpose that you should be serving today if you're holding back. I understand, as John Acuff talks about in his book, soundtracks. You may have had issues with your mama, with your daddy, with your cousin. This or that may have happened to you. I get it. But at some point, you have to move forward. At some point, you have to go forth and get over it and move forward. I'm not saying the past is not important, but I am saying don't let the past define you. All right, good. Glenn Lundy's back. Let's see if we can get Glenn again. Hope he can come back. Let's see. All right. Wow, Glenn.
I got booted.
That was amazing, man.
I got booted. I didn't catch the end of it. Did I just get out and you guys were good?
Yeah, no, he went for a few more, 20 more seconds or so, 30 more, 50, two or three more minutes. Okay. And he was going into the building. But Glenn Lundy, this was a treat, man. Wow. So Glenn, recap what just happened. Glenn Lundy was here. We went from a couple dozen users to more dozens of users. Glenn's friend, Grant Cardone, #1 real estate investor, and more jumped on. We went to like 8 million, it seemed to me, with some little bit of zeros. But Glenn, recap today. Tell us who you are. Tell us what's going on. Leave us with something as we get ready to end the Rundown with Ramon. And a recap, Grant Cardone just came to visit me because of you. Talk to us, Glenn.
Yeah, Grant's he's a great guy, man. As he said in there, I don't know why he chose it, but he's done a lot of things for me over the years. And I've followed Grant since 1999. So I've seen him go from selling tapes out of the back of his car to the guy that he is today. And he's just always been real, man. He's always real. He's always raw. He's always authentic. Everything that he just shared right there is just truth, right? And we do get caught up in that, right? One day I'm looking over here, one day I'm looking over here, I'm following this person, I'm following that person. What about this strategy? What about that strategy? Let's try this. I love what he shared there. Get the receipts, right? Make sure you're only following people with receipts, like Ramon Ray right here, who's got the receipts. This guy lights up every stage that he speaks on. I've seen him speak, so I know he's legit. He helps small businesses. He's sold multiple businesses. He's written his own book, right?
And co-managing the launch of Legacy Titles with Glenn Lundy.
But get the receipts. That's true. And stay focused. Actually, as a matter of fact, this year, So I will always follow Grant, and I studied Grant. He's a good friend of mine, and so I learn a lot from him. This year, though, going into 24, where we're calling it the Kobe year, the year of excellence. And so me and a couple of my buddies we're holding each other accountable, we are going all in on Kobe in 2024, reading everything we can about him, every article we can find, every video, like just studying excellence. He's got the receipts. We're going to learn everything that we can about him, study him for a full year. Regretfully, we won't have the opportunity to meet him in person and build a relationship like we have with Grant. But I just think what he dropped is super important. Don't let that slide over your head. Like, find somebody that's got receipts, dial in, learn everything that you can, and apply those strategies until overflowing. That's what I've been doing with Grant for years now, and it's been pretty incredible. So that was really super kind of him to hop in. We just happened to catch him at the right time, clearly, on his Instagram.
But Glenn, I want to slow this down, Glenn. It shows double super kind, Glenn. And I know you're humble, as it were, but meaning what I'm trying to say, Glenn, is I do look up to you, Glenn. You and I think I'm older than you, in fact, by several years. But you've done several things that I haven't done. It's not a fake humility with me either. I acknowledge you've done some things, you've had some success. I look at you. So for you, when you came here, I was happy. And then look at that. Glenn wanted to be here and chill with me and chat with me and help me and just because he likes me. And in the same way, though, my point getting at, and clumsily, Grant did the same thing, right? I mean, he did the same thing. And I'll just end it and say one more thing, Glenn, is that my friend Phil M. Jones, I know you know him, the book Exactly What to Say. Phil M. Jones, I was in a mastermind with him. He said people should have two things, an understudy. And what's the opposite of understudy, Glenn? Like a
mentor.
Yeah, mentor. Yes. Yeah. Something like that. He said everybody should have an understudy who you pour into. He was talking about speaking. Phil Jones is at $50,000. I'm at 25 to 30. So he said, no, I have no problem. Hey, I'm booked. This is not a fit for me, but go see Ramon. He can do it for 25. And then he said he does the same. So that's what I'm trying to say, Glenn, as we end here, that you did the same just now. That's how I see it.
Hey, I love it, man. Each one reach one.
That's right.
We reach levels, and then we all get elevated together, man. So it's been an honor. I'm glad you invited me on. Plus, I sent Grant an email, then I sent Grant a text. But what I sent him is too long. I know how his brain works. I should have just sent one sentence. So
yes.
It benefits that he popped on here too, so I was able to plant that seed again. And I would love to have, not just because he's Grant Cardone.
Right.
Like, he's been such a big part of my journey, and a lot of the things that I've learned that are now being interpreted in this book, and especially since the book primarily takes place in an automotive setting, which is Grant, the king of freaking auto. So when I was talking to Sharon Lecter, she was like, who makes the most sense, that you can serve and that makes sense in this spot? She's like, don't just ask any, Tom, Dick, or Harry, like, who's specific. So Grant is the specific guy that helped kick this thing off. So hopefully, now that we have this face-to-face, we might be able to make that happen.
I love it. Get ready, Glenn.
Done it for one other person that I know of.
What's that, Glenn?
He's only done that for one other person that I know of.
Yeah. No, and listen, we all have our mentees and mentors. Mine was Seth Godin, and so, but listen, Glenn Lundy, appreciate you, brother. GlennLundy.com. Other things coming up that Glenn Lundy is doing. My name is Ramon Ray, and Glenn, this is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. Let's put our outgoing bumper music here right now. Hey, everybody, this was an amazing surprise segment. 49 minutes, 50 minutes we went. Thank you, Suzanne, for being here. Others who've been here on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook. Listen, have a blessed day, and thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. Thanks for being here.